Howdy guys, I'm back with more Path of Exile, the Fall of Oriath. Last time I finally finished Act 4 and a new path has opened up for me. I am supposed to return to Oriath, access the Ascent from the eastern side of Highgate and climb Mount Veruso to find the portal back to Oriath. So this little place behind Oyun wasn't here before, so here it is. This is all new to me. It's taken me almost 3 weeks to get to this point just because of real life stuff, right? But super excited to see where I'm going. Oh, climb the mountain. It's snowy here. Ooh, I love snowy area. And goatmen. Great. Ooh, and Vindigos. I guess these are like, or Vindigos. I'm not sure how to say it. Oh, they're so creepy looking. And there's a Blackguard here. Blackguard Jaeger, Hunter. Jaeger's German for hunter, isn't it?
I do love the stink of victory.
Oh man. Oh, and then there's some like all kinds of little dogs. Mountain Hound. Ooh, so Risen Jaeger. So we got some zombies and all. Oh, what the heck? I can't jump down. There we go. Oh my goodness. I'm liking this. Oh, what the heck? I can't, there's like only one spot I could jump up there. Now I can't see. There we go. There's like one little sweet spot there. Man, I love snowy areas and games. They're just like any game that I play, any like MMO, anything, the snowy area is like always my favorite. So hopefully this is the first of a few different ones. I think I'm gonna kind of just run around in here a little bit and explore. Yeah, so guys, now that I'm in the Oriath stuff, I obviously am not going to know exactly like what direction I need to be going, so... Oh, sweet! That's exactly what I needed. Increased area of effect, and it's 5%, but I'll be needing that for Cyclone later on, huh? Alright, well this is going really great so far. But yeah, just a little fair warning, I'm obviously not going to know where to go and not going to be sure what mechanics there are, so there's going to be a lot of tomfoolery and shenanigans most likely. And oh look! Now I almost wasn't going to go this way, I was going to go that way, but there's this skinny little bridge here, so now of course I want to go explore. Look at that, these giant icicles all along the bridge, little flakes of snow drifting into this chasm here. Man, this is cool. I really like this. I'm so excited. I can't believe I finally made it here. Like, I know you guys were here on day 1, so this is like my day 1 Path of Exile experience, okay? Because it took me so long to get here. Oh my gosh, I'm so elated. Like, I don't know, I feel like a little kid, you know, it's just not what I was expecting. Like, I know a lot of the maps are going to be like reused or, you know, rehashed from other areas, but you know, it's like I walk in here and the first thing I see is like all this snow and it's like, oh my goodness, cool. Now I don't know if there's any like maps that look like this because I've only done like a few of the maps. I've never gotten very far with the whole map thing, so I know I'm not really like sure if this is completely new, but it's new to me, so I'm pretty happy. Oh man, I'm really liking this build, and it's holding up pretty well so far. I mean, I know this little end of Act 4 isn't really a good measure for how strong I am, because this isn't even like truly Act 5 yet, is it? Alright, let me spend my point real quick while I got a second. I was working my way... Oh, I already grabbed that derp. I'm working my way into the life leech stuff. This seems pretty good for now. I don't really know. Alright, so broken wagon there, but nothing else really. This is probably a dead end too. Yes, it is. Alright, well let's keep looking around, see what else there is over here. Some more hounds. Ooh, and another silver coin. Alright, starting to get quite a few of those. That's good. I feel like my loot's gonna start getting better, which I desperately need some better everything. Oh, this is the White Death. Unique monster killed. I got a little challenge thingy or something completed over there too. Oh, chests. There's always good stuff in these. Always want to make sure you open those. Could be a Vol Orb or a Exalted Orb or something like that, right? Hey, it happened once, it could happen again, right? Alright, and you know what I love about this build? Look how easily I can break, barrels and stuff. It was never so easy with anything else. This is great. Now I can break all the barrels I need in, like, 50% less time. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that this area was going to be so big. I'm pretty impressed. I thought this was going to be a little, like, skinny chunk of land up the mountain to this Oriath portal, but I feel like maybe crossing the bridge wasn't where I needed to go. It looks like I'm not sure what the point of this bridge area was. I mean, I guess that Orb of Scouring is the reason, but no, it seemed like the only reason to come up here was for that White Death boss. I don't really see anything else. Oh, did I go up into this corner here? I don't know if I went up or not. Looks like I can... Aha! There we go. I almost missed that. See, if it had been the old map, I would have missed it. I would have ran around in circles, been like, well, I can't find where to go. I'm so mad. And throwing a temper tantrum. I don't know where I'm going. You know, you guys, you hear me whine. You know what I sound like. So I would have sat here and thrown a wall-eyed fit, wondering where the hell to go. And oh, gee, there I can tell. What's this? Activate the resonator. Okay, here's instructions.
Captain Tavares. Altitude is imperative to forging a stable connection with the prime resonator in Theopolis. Power source is equally vital. Locate a fissure in the mountainside and lower a conductive cable into it. The deeper, the better. It will take an immense amount of thaumaturgical energy to execute the successful disintegration and transmission of objects, both inanimate and animate, between Highgate and Theopolis. For that kind of power, we must tap the origin.
Uh-oh.
I needn't remind you of the consequences should either of those elements prove deficient. That is why I would like you, Tavares, to be the first to test the resonator once it is operational. Accountability is the perfect counterweight to ambition.
Oh man,
Dominus.
this is clearly a bad idea, but Quest told me to do it, so I should do it. Waiting for enter the portal to Oriath. I'm backing up, waiting for something to come. Man, I'm not jumping in that. That's dangerous, man. Come on, I don't want to. I'm scared. Okay, I've got to stop acting like an idiot. I'll go in there now. Alright, deep breath and into Oriath, entering the slave pens. Okay, interesting start to Act 5. Slave pens? Why does the teleporter bring me here of all places? Oh yeah, oh look at that, I left a big... Uh-oh. This guy did you see that rude gesture? He drew his finger across his neck like he was going to slit my throat. But look how I created this big impact where I landed. Oh my gosh, that was like some Terminator 2 stuff. You guys seen Terminator 2? It's totally like that. Oh, so here's what the map looks like. Act 5, okay, so it looks like it's, I guess so. This is the city then. I'm gonna be going through the city, I guess, huh? Alright, well this should be... Oh, there's a lot of blood in this floor grating here. Alright, so this is off to a good start. Very prison-like. Truth Extractor and Oriath something. Some kind of guard. They were at half health, so this guard and this fellow were fighting each other. Alright, indoctrinated slave, and oh my god, look at this, there's arms! There's people down there! Oh my gosh, can't I let them out? Indoctrinated slaves and truth extractors. Oh my gosh, look at the weapons they have. They're wielding like, what the hell are those? Those are insane looking. Alright, let me break this out. Sorry, I'm having a lot of fun just like looking at everything. Alright, let's... Oh, well that guy... Oh, not bad. Not bad at all. Just what I needed. I kept complaining about the lack of good essences. I guess ask and ye shall receive, right? Oh boy, someone's even painting the floor with blood. They're making X's. Do those X's, are they trying to point towards something, or are they just randomly thrown about the place? Man, you know, I feel like they missed out on an opportunity. They should let you kick these little grates on the floor up, like they should be little interactables or something, and you could like touch them and free the slaves or something, and they can run around like following you for like 5 seconds, helping you out in battle or something. You know, just something kind of cute and silly. Doesn't have to be anything. What's with all the X's? Look, there's an X there, X there. And I guess when you think about it, the actual Fall of Oriath symbol has like a bloody X over the Path of Exile like logo or whatever, so this whole red X thing is going to be a recurring theme throughout Oriath, it seems. Look at this nice little table, silver table with nice green apples. Must be nice to have apples here in Oriath. Man, when I was in Ray class, the apples were 5 times the size of your head, and when you bit into them, they just turned to ash. It was terrible. But you've got perfectly fine green apples. Hell, I haven't even eaten since I've been in Ray class, and you guys are sitting here eating Granny Smith apples. Must be nice here in Oriath. I think I'll stick around. Sorry, I'm having like way too much fun in here. Alright, I guess I should grab that too and upgrade it. I really need to start bringing my other orbs with me, the ones that, I always get them mixed up. The one, in fact, did I just pick one up? I always get them mixed up. Upgrades, yeah, this one. I need to start keeping these with me so that I can upgrade. Oh, nice! Oh, removes from mana. Whatever, I don't have mana issues anymore. Alright, onward. Oh man, this is going pretty great so far. Oh, there's dead people here too. He's got all of the tattoos like the Karui or whatever, and this guy, that's a tiny little pin to die in. Man, these people were not treated kindly. That's to say the least, the absolute least. So what has happened in Oriath? What's going on? Like, I thought I came here to go back to the grand arena and be the great duelist or whatever. Now I'm sitting in here fighting like slaves and stuff. You know, I'm wondering if I should use my essence on one of... I don't know what my weakest piece of armor is. I guess I should think... I don't want to upgrade boots because I think I just need those to be drops because I need like movement speed too much. My belt is really bad. I think that's probably what I need to upgrade, is a good belt. I think that's what I'm gonna go for. But I do need something that's... My helmet's okay. It's not great. Yeah, looks like maybe my helmet would probably be the best thing. Oh, you know what? I'm probably gonna start getting chest pieces with better sockets, so maybe that too. I don't know. Looks like a friendly there. Just what was it? Was it one of my skulls? I don't think it was one of my skulls. All right, orb of alteration there. But yeah, I'm not really sure what I should use that essence on, or if there's going to be a big eye level jump in gear here or what. You know that's how a lot of online games are with like expansions, right? They make all the new stuff have like a huge jump, and like whenever there's an expansion, all the gear from the new expansion has like a big eye level jump and is like way better than anything possible. Like Diablo was like that. The stuff that you can get from the base game. Oh my gosh, I can't get up there. The stuff that you get from the base game compared to... Oh, I guess there's... Oh, here we go. Oh, there's nothing over... How the hell do you... There's like a... There's gotta be a way over here. What the heck? There's gotta be. There's a little door and everything. Am I stupid? Like, is this completely blocked off, or am I a raging idiot? I think I'm a raging idiot. Whatever. But, yeah... I was so distracted by like I still feel like there's a way up there that's really bothering me. Like, did I just not see something over there? I really feel like there's a way over there and I'm just dropping the ball here. But yeah, you know, Diablo 3 was like that. Every World of Warcraft expansion, I'm sure, like, I think Final Fantasy 14 was that way too. I don't really know though, but like a lot of online games, I don't want to say like every online game because I haven't played every online game, but a lot of online games with expansions seem like you know, your gear ends up getting outdated pretty fast from the vanilla or base game or from one expansion to the next. So, not sure if that's going to be the case with Oriath, if there's going to be some like radically higher level gear. I kind of don't think so, since they went through and probably had to retune everything because of the difficulty changes with losing Cruel and Merciless, so I kind of don't feel like that's going to be the case, but I also don't know, and it might be the case. I don't know. Alright, more of these shards here. And more Oriathians. Ooh, no. Alright, so can I... am I still, like, is there any way to get... Like, I'm still hung up on that place over there. I don't know why that bothers me so much. Like a little inaccessible area. Can I knock these shields down or something? Like, I can't get through here either, and there's 2 chests. Oi, this place is bothering me, man. I don't know if I like, like, are these areas inaccessible, or am I an idiot and I'm missing something I can click on? Like, that bothers... Like, I feel like I'm gonna get... Well, I'm already lost, but I feel like I'm gonna get... like even more turned around because I'm gonna end up be like, oh, can I go this way and then go back over there and I can't leave that way or something. I don't know if they're actually inaccessible or if I'm an imbecile. Kill Overseer Crow. Is that the guy that made the rude gesture at me? I think it is. I can't tell. It looks kind of like him. Couldn't really tell there. Alright, now I need to enter the Overseer's Tower. Ooh. Let's see. Let's see, that might be okay. Alright, so Overseer's Tower should be nearby, but no? Am I... What the... Okay, can I break these? Can I click on them? What's with all these little things blocking me off? It says to enter Overseer's Tower, and I killed him right here, so... Okay, it would... Derp? Did I miss that completely? Oh, derp, I think I did. Whoopsie, there we are. Alright, getting a little ahead of myself. Oh, this is like the town, I guess. Control block. This is the first town then, huh? Well, I guess it has, Vengeance is the slave's ultimate reward. Alright, so... Alright, let me unload a few things real quick. Got a lot of... I'm wondering if I've made any... I feel like I've picked up more of these engineer's shards than that. I can't believe that's all I really have. Alright, I'm going to take some of these with me because I keep saying I need to. I actually want to put that there so I don't forget that I have it. And put that in there. And I'll just dump the rest of this in here, whatever. Alright, and yeah, so this was the stuff I was, like, I grabbed that. This was the stuff I was thinking about maybe using an essence on, but I'm gonna actually hold on to it for maybe just a level or two, just because I want to see... I could put it on one of my rings, though. Now, I just want to see what kind of the gear drops are like here before wasting an essence, because that could be something I really need, and... Ooh, that could be something I really need. I feel like the elemental resistances flask will be a bit better for me for right now. Alright, let's talk to the people here. Alright, let's start with Navali.
The Mother of Death watches over the city with great interest. You have joined us just in time. Before you lies a great many paths, each walked by a different life. But each must come to the same end. Eventually.
Eventually. Gosh, the music in here. is really, really nice. I really like this a lot. This is great. Well, I've got like a ton of silver coins, so I'm going to seek some prophecies.
The ancient Red Champion has fallen, but a killing blow reveals his final sacrifice beneath the morning sun.
Noise. Another.
A fool tries to turn lead to gold, but a deft hand takes it by force.
Oh, yes, I need that really badly. Very happy I got that one.
The kind gem cutter scattered his beautiful craft for the paupers, but greedy hands hide them.
Hopefully that's like I get a 20% quality cyclone or something.
Hello.
I doubt I'll be that lucky. I think I have one more.
Powerful soldiers of a forgotten time, reunite and march once again.
It's not bad. Alright, so what's going on here in Oriath? Let's talk to Lani because she's cute.
An exile returned. How is that even possible? Rising out of the darkness to claim the souls of our enemies like Hinekora in the stories my mother used to tell me. Well, your divine intervention gave us just the diversion we needed to take this tower. So if you keep doing things like that, then I might have to start believing in the gods again. And thank you for finishing off that last overseer for us. I don't know what sort of mother could have birthed that land-loving whale. But we were lucky he wasn't here when we took this tower. He'd have spread us across the floor like butter on a piece of bread. Here, take something for helping us in this hopeless fight of ours.
Ooh, a ring. Okay, let's see. Lightning, cold. These are all kind of in the lower percentages, though. These are all kind of meh. Let's see. I need a good cold resistance ring, but I don't know if I should do straight cold or cold and fire. Cold and lightning, because I'll probably replace that one. But my lightning is pretty okay right now, but it is going to go down once I lose that ring. I know I'm overthinking this, but my cold is really bad. I think I should just get a straight, cold resistance one. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see what I got here. Alright. Oh wow, that's really bad. It's probably still better than what I have, though. I lose fire, I lose coal. I actually think I made a mistake picking this one. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to keep what I have for now. So, into the pit with your deer ring. Sorry, if it'd been like a 29% cold resistance or something, maybe. I don't know.
Hello.
Alright, well, let's keep, well, what does she even have here? Does she have anything particularly new and exciting? Doesn't look like it. Alright, so there's a uprising.
We'd been planning it for months. Spreading the word, stealing weapons, gathering support. Utula and his followers did most of the dirty work. I just carried a few messages here and there. Should have known I'd end up like this when the real fighting started. In the darkest hour before dawn, that's when we broke our chains. And as many overseer necks as we could wrap our hands around. We took the Panopticon as the sun rose over Theopolis, and that's as far as we got. When you're up against cold steel and colder hearts, there's only so far that anger will take you.
So they'd been planning an uprising for months, and I just happened to get here just in time. Alright.
For freedom.
Alright, now how about, I'm not sure how to say this name, Utula? Utula?
Ha! After everything I've done, it took an Oriathan to get these slaves up off their shackled asses and fighting. I guess the Templar should have treated their lessers better than their slaves, eh? Well, I'm not about to turn down a gift from Kitava. If he wants slave and outcast to join hands, then let's remind these Templar that they're flesh and blood, just like us. Utula Makora is what they call me. I'm what passes for a chief around here. Well, I put the steel in their hands. I tell them where to stab, where to run, where to die. If that doesn't make me a chief, what does, eh?
Makes you bossy, I think.
Blood isn't the only currency we need to earn to buy our freedom. We can kill all the Templar mongrels we like out there, It won't matter a damn if we don't get inside their stronghold, the Templar courts. Might as well put my bloody chains back on right now. Problem is, there's some sort of witchery surrounding the place. Only those who see the truth with faithful eyes are getting in there. The power of innocence. It's all in the eyes, you see. Yet blessed Kitava has answered my prayers and sent us just the pair of eyes we need. The ever-faithful Justikar Casticus. He's there in the control blocks right now, smiting my people with self-righteous fury. Find him and rip his faithful eyes out. Then I'm sure the good Justikar will be kind enough to see you into the Templar courts.
See you. Alright, so what's with this game and ripping out people's eyes? Didn't I just do that back in Act 4 for Diala? Alright, so we got a lot of things to talk about with Utula here, so I'm going to spend a few minutes listening to him talk, and I just want to see what he has here. He's got a lot of stuff, but it's all... Yeah, I'm not really sure if any of this is, like, worth grabbing to use my essence on. Kinda doubting it here. Nothing really catching my eye. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk to him for a bit. Tell me about the slave pens.
Take a deep breath. Inhale the twin stink of exploitation and oppression. Yes, these pens and cells have been our home away from home since the first Karui were brought here by Marseus Lani, their great hero of the Empire. One of the best slavers they ever had. Not that he was the only one. Captain Sigmund Fairgraves funded many an expedition off the whipped backs of Karui children. High Templar Dominus was only the latest in a long line of men to grow rich by trading in misery. Oriathan wealth was built on Karui poverty. Oriathan gold will forever be stained red by Karui blood.
So that's what's going on here. Gosh, even Fairgraves was in on the slave trade. Makes me feel a lot less bad about, not that I ever felt bad about what happened to Fairgraves in the first place, but actually I feel pretty good about it now. I didn't realize he was a slaver. Hopefully Fairgraves stays gone. I don't know if he's going to reappear in any kind of weird ghostly form, but I think he's a goner now. Alright, Lani.
Lani's a pretty tough girl for a half-blood. Her mother was Karui, but her father, a lord with a nose for island flowers. Despite that Oriathan stain in her blood, Lani risked her life time and time again, slipping us the information that she bore between the lords and ladies of Theopolis. Honestly couldn't have put the pieces of this uprising together without her. And she's a fighter. Struck down 2 overseers before a third managed to put that scratch on her. Don't worry, it won't slow her down for long. Not Lani.
She has a scratch on her? Hold on, I didn't even...
For vengeance.
I didn't... Oh, that one, the one on her face there? Is that what he's talking about? Or that... Looks like she's holding her side. I guess, does she have a gash on her side? I guess so. I wasn't looking... My eyes didn't go that far south, but if yours didn't either, that she's... Oh, yeah, she's looking at it now. Yeah, she has a little gash on her right there. Yeah, when I look at... Yeah, I'm a pervert, whatever.
Talamoana,
all right.
Savior.
Overseer's Tower.
Overseer's Tower, this place is called. And do you know the worst thing about the men who stood here, watching us, cursing us, descending to whip and kick us like curs? They were slaves, like us, willing to turn on their brethren for a bigger cage and a few extra rations.
Oh.
I can't quite put into words what a pleasure it was to take this tower, to rip the greedy eyes from those traitors. Did they see it coming? I hope so.
So was that the indoctrinated slaves or something like that? You know, I almost wonder if this isn't kind of based off some, like real kind of, like, I don't really know a whole, I know there's still slavery in the world and it happened in a lot of different places, but I'm kind of curious now if that's kind of how some places were structured, where it's like they had slaves watch after other slaves by, like this guy says, giving them a little bit more food and a slightly bigger cell. It's like, I don't know, you see people in a pit like that and you're not given a chance to get out, like, it's hard not to take that chance, but at the same time, how can you sit there and, do that to your own people, your own countrymen, your own friends, right? It's all screwed up. It's screwed up all the way down. Alright, Kitava.
Well, I know his other names. The Black Spirit, the Cannibal King, the Ravenous One. He was all of those things before Tsukuhama slashed out his eyes, before Valakor drowned him in the sea, before Hinekora whipped him and condemned him to immortal darkness. Kitava has learned from the suffering inflicted upon him, learned what cruelty is from his own flesh and blood, learned what it means to be a slave. Now he hungers for freedom, not merely for himself, for all of us who have suffered under whip and shackle. Kitava is the tormented one, destined to rise up from the darkness and banish cruelty from this world, and we, his children, rise with him.
Man, this guy is cool to talk to. I really like him. He doesn't talk in riddles or anything like Tasuni. He's not grumpy like Kira or Groost. He's just angry about what's happened to him and his people, but level-headed enough to execute what he needs to execute in order for the Oriathans to feel his anger. I've definitely got a little bit of a crush on him right now. He's a cool dude. Alright, Innocence.
Old Red Eyes. He's been quiet for a long time. Just like Kitava and Tsukuhama, all of the old gods. Now Innocence has woken up, and with him, power like I've never seen the Templar wield before. It's alright though. We slaves, we've got our own god looking out for us now. I can see him in the eyes of my brothers and sisters, smell him in the blood we've spilled, hear his call in the screams of the fallen. I don't rightly know where the gods have been or what's brought them crawling back, nor do I really care. All I need to know, my friend, is that we're not alone anymore.
Indeed, indeed. Okay, the Templar Court.
There's two parts to the Templar. The grim face and the spotty ass. Out front, you've got the Templar Courts. Usually the last place our Hatungos see if they're stupid enough to preach their craft within a Templar's hearing. Oriath's woodmongers must do a roaring trade with that place. When the wind blows right, you can even smell the aroma of barbecued blasphemer from here.
Oh, jeez.
The arse end, that's the Chamber of Innocence. It's where the real earnest believing gets done. Where the young Templar go to pay their respects to God Almighty and get the good sense baptized out of their heads. I've not seen the inside of the chamber myself, but you can feel it from over a block away. Like there's an eye in your gut, peering through your insides, looking for even the tiniest stain of sin.
Wow, that's one way to put it.
I tell you, sane people go in one end of that place, ash and apostles come out the other. Watch yourself in there.
Oh boy, I'm gonna make that place a bloodbath then. Sounds like fun. Alright, now High Templar Avarius.
With Dominus away in Rayclast, someone had to keep the wheels of oppression turning. Avarius was only too happy to take the job. It had plenty of practice already, of course. It was Avarius who led some of the largest and most crippling raids upon the Ngāmakanui and the Ngākura Makoi. It was on his orders that men, women and children were shackled and shipped like cattle to Theopolis. And it was Avarius who spent 5,000 Karui lives building his Templar courts and his Chamber of Innocence. Who had wives and daughters scrub their husbands' and fathers' blood from the stones so as to preserve their purity. When you meet Avarius, feel free to exact a little extra vengeance in the name of Karui's suffering.
My gosh, when you put it that way, I'll be all too glad. I'll just kill him by repeatedly leap slamming on him. For you, brother, for you.
For freedom.
For freedom. Alright, and I didn't see this person over here, Vilenta. Looks like he's been into some, or she has been into some shenanigans, has some blood all over. Can't really tell if that's a guy or a girl right now, not gonna lie. I think it's a guy?
Unlike these
Nope.
assorted ignorami, I'm not surprised to see you here. The beast is dead, all thanks to you, I suppose. I was listening to the beast's death rattles when these lunatics broke in, wrecked the place, and dragged me here to tend to their cuts and bruises. Thankfully, I was able to bring some of my paraphernalia with me. The balance of power is shifting in your favor, O murderer of nightmares. If I am in possession of anything that might smooth the transition of governance, don't hesitate to ask. You'll find my terms quite reasonable. Some time ago, I fabricated a device able to sense and amplify the corrupt murmurings of Rayclast, a miasmeter. I listened to those whispers for years, lingering beyond sane comprehension. And then the scream. Such profound agony that my mind was nearly sundered by its percussion. I thought another cataclysm might be upon us. But no, it was you, slaying the beast. I was witness to a singularly potent cadence. This corruption, I am convinced that it holds the very key to our human history, and with it, our very existence. Yet without the miasmeter, I'm condemned to deafened ignorance. It remains in Piety's laboratory, as long as Utula's miscreants haven't vandalized the poor thing. Find it.
Piety's laboratory, though, of all places? Ugh. Well, I guess it's only a side quest. I don't have to go in there if I don't want to. I'm still hung up on her calling everyone. What was it? Hold on. Ignoram?
Unlike these assorted ignorami. I'm not surprised.
Ignorami. I've heard ignoramus. Yeah, I guess would that be? I always assume the plural is just ignoramuses, but it would it be ignorami? What the heck was it again?
Unlike these assorted ignorami. I'm not surprised.
Ignorami. I gotta remember that one. That's a good one. Alright, sorry, I got a little hung up on that word there. Alright, what do you think of the little Lani lady over there?
In contrast to the company she keeps, Lani has quite an astute mind. I put it down to that Oriathan education she's managed somehow to procure. Whilst quelling whatever resistance you might meet in this noble coup of yours, you'd be well advised to look to Lani for counsel. She'd make the finest of advisors, second only to myself, of course.
I don't know, you seem kind of full of it, lady. I think I like Lani and Utula over here more than your big mouth.
Utula might appear to conduct himself with honesty and honor, yet has all the telltale signs of a desperate man born of desperate times. As the cornered animal will bite and claw, the cornered man will lie, steal, and murder in the name of survival. It's understandable, and deadly if underestimated.
You know, I love how all the characters are just so upfront about what they think of other people, and it's like you're literally in earshot of him, and you're just gonna sit here and trash talk. You're more than free to carry your ass back down to the slave pens or whatever you feel like doing, because why can't anyone just get along, I guess? You know, everyone's always gossiping. Gossip, gossip, gossip.
I can't really fault Justicar Casticus, a man committed heart and soul to upholding the law. Of course, law isn't the same thing as justice, and men like Casticus lack the imagination necessary to make that distinction.
That is a good point there. I will agree with her on that law and justice stuff. Alright, the High Templar.
Avarius, innocence, I'm not sure there's a great deal of difference. Around the time I heard the beast's mortal scream, the newly appointed High Templar of Arius went through something of a revelation. The manner in which he speaks and acts now would indicate that he believes, without doubt, that he is some earthly embodiment of God. That's faith for you. It'll reduce grown men to the madness of infancy.
So by slaying the beast, maybe I unleashed something else entirely out of the skillet and into the fire, however it goes. Alright, piety.
I gave piety everything. Devoted my life to her work. What did that thankless bitch do for me in return? Left me here to polish her beakers while she pursued glory and Rayclast. Oh. You killed her, did you? Likely as not, you'd have killed me too had I been there. In that case, perhaps we both got exactly what we deserved.
Yeah, I guess that makes a good point. You know, if you're stuck somewhere you don't want to be, maybe there's a good reason. I don't know. Alright, whatever just gets rid of the cognitive dissonance of not getting your way, baby. Alright, research.
Piety and I have devoted ourselves to the betterment of the human condition. As for our methods, Piety had a saying that summed it up nicely. Would you consider the feelings of the stones when constructing a glorious cathedral in the name of God? Casticus supplied us with slaves, mostly Kardui, and I put them to good use. In fact, I believe their participation in my experiments elevated them from squalor to splendor. Our subjects were able to give their otherwise meaningless lives to something greater than themselves. Isn't that what we all want in the end?
Oh, so you were a part of... Oh, man, I guess she was a part of Piety's work, and now I'm working with her. How can we all be in the same room? This is blowing my mind. Alright, the Miaz meter.
Some time ago, I fabricated a device able to sense and amplify the corrupt murmurings of Rayclast.
Okay, this is the same thing that she already said before. Alright, so... Well. I guess there's really only one way to... Okay, my cat's in front of my monitor here. Let me move Kitty. And I guess there's only one way to go, which is to the control... Gosh, I can't even go back to where I was unless I'm blind or something. Where did I come in here? There's like a little ladder. I guess I'm in here now. If I ever want to go to the slave pens, I guess I gotta teleport to there. Alright, to the control blocks then, I guess. So, spent a lot of time collecting some dialogue there, so I'm probably just gonna get to like the next waypoint or so, because I don't really know what to expect. And I do want to try to keep my videos under an hour, and I know how this game can kind of rope you in and keep dragging you along. I'm liking all these new areas, though, so far. These are really interesting. Alright, we got some truth the same stuff that we had in the slave pens, indoctrinated slaves, which I'm guessing the indoctrinated slaves are kind of what... Oh, am I... Wait, why is... Huh? How did that portal scroll get over there? What the heck actually even happened? Why is there... Did something die over there that I wasn't paying attention to? Like, it's all the way over here. How did this even happen? I'm gonna pick it up. That's the portal scroll of destiny right there. Alright, this place is pretty similar to... Yeah, pretty much exactly this. Oh, okay, because they're all fighting each other. That's why there was a scroll. Okay, that's what happened. Alright, I didn't realize things were fighting each other. Oh, I can't... Okay, I can't go up there, I guess, like that. Alright, really, like, a lot of interesting stuff. You know, I was kind of expecting whatever, like, story that they were going to add for these new acts. I thought it was going to be, like, really band-aided on and silly, but it seems really well, like, fleshed out. I mean, that was a lot of dialogue from Utula, especially. and, you know, really kind of sets the stage about, you know, what's been happening here on Oriath, who's against who feels what way. It just kind of lets you know who stands where and what's happened, and I think they did a pretty good job of, like I said, really kind of setting the stage. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Oh, I don't even know what I picked up there. Ranged attack. Man, I don't want that. But yeah, this is a pretty cool start to all of this. I'm pretty darned excited to see where it all goes. And this is only Act 5, so I have no idea, like, what adventures I'm going to be going on here. And yeah, I just completely, like, walked in a circle and went back to where I started because I didn't think there'd, for whatever reason, this area where the rest of the instances, I just couldn't imagine that there was anything this way. I don't know. Oh, I'm starting to see more and more X's here. Lots and lots of X's, and pretty much everyone's my enemy, I guess. So even though we're all fighting, I guess we're all just, it's just a brawl, we're all fighting each other. Oh look, they have fancy food in here too. We've got a lime, maybe? A mango? That looks like a mango. And cheese or a bread? I can't tell if that's cheese or bread. It looks like cheese, but I don't know. Well, looks like everyone up here was living really well, while down below people were being thrown into bloody pits in the ground. That's just wonderful. I think I'm gonna have to kill every single monster in this area to get revenge. I mean, 'cause look at all these bodies everywhere, man. There's, like, gosh, everywhere. This is just as bad as what Lunara's temple. I mean, well, okay, I guess there's not a river of blood, so nothing can be as bad as Lunara's temple in that regard, but it's pretty gruesome in here, isn't it? But yeah, I really kind of enjoy, I really kind of enjoy talking to the characters there and kind of, you know, I'm really glad that I went back through and, got all the dialogue from the Ray class. I don't even know what to call it, Acts 1 through 4, because, you know, it didn't hurt to have a little bit of a refresher now that I understand, you know, well, I don't understand it very well, but now that I've played the game before, you know, it's one of those things that there's so much going on, it's definitely nice to have a refresher, and now having done my little refresher on the story and going into this feels really good, so I'm really glad that I played this way, basically. Alright, so can I... Yes, I can. I love this ability. Alright, Miasmeter. We shall peer at these cosmic wonderments as they wake and writhe within that deep and nameless dark. Vilenta, Miasmeter. A thesis. Alright, well, I wasn't even trying to do that, but I've got her side quest done. So let's keep looking through the area, see if we can't find either the way. Ooh, a lot of interesting machines in here, and this poor guy, like, he's still twitching. Like, I wish I could break this stuff down for him. Yeah, you know, I mean, like, really my only gripe, wow. Wow, what an interesting contraption. And are those are jewels. They were experimenting, or gems. They were experimenting with this guy and gems, perhaps. I don't know. I love all the like, I was about to complain about the detail too. It's like, oh, they weren't discriminating, because that looks like a blackguard, and this looks like a Karui, so they didn't discriminate in their experiments and torture or whatever. You know, I love all the little detail on the ground, and really my only complaint, like I said, is, like, it's not even a complaint, it's just, like, if they wanted to do something else, it's like, if they were gonna have anything else, it's like they could have added more, like, things to interact with, like I said, like, being able to maybe kick open the grates, or, you know, cut down people that are tied up to machines or something. That'd be, like, the only thing, but even then, that's, like, such a minor thing. It's like, who even cares about that kind of stuff? No one, right? So it's like I'm really enjoying all the little bits of detail in each of these areas so far. Like, they all really do tell a story about what happened. Like, I can't believe that they pushed this out in so short of an amount of time. Like, GGG, calm the hell down,
A
man.
worthy opponent.
Man, my only worry is I hope GGG stays like the amazing company that they have been. Like, I don't know, it's like so many of these game companies, once they start getting bigger and bigger, they get so big-headed and start making like really weird choices. And I know I'm not the only person in the world, they've got to cater to everybody, but I don't know, it seems like every game company I like just transforms into something terrible. Like, I don't like Blizzard anymore. I hate to say it. I know you guys are like, what? But I don't like the stuff that they make anymore. I don't like a lot of the choices that the directions they go with their stuff. And I know a lot of people like it, and that's great. But for me personally, I don't like it. Same with League of Legends. I don't really like it anymore. They kept changing the darn game too much. I can't. Maybe that's just me getting older too, or something. But I can't keep up with that crap anymore. It's like I haven't played a ranked game in 14 or 15 months. Oh wait, no, much more than that. Like 17 months or something. I don't know, I'd have to check, but I think the last time I played ranked was like April 2016. It's been a long time since I've played anything in that game. BioWare did one of my favorite games of all time, Dragon Age, and then I've been playing through Mass Effect, which are also really great games, and it's like, but you know what? All the newer BioWare games just honestly suck. Like, I didn't care for Dragon Age Inquisition, and I've heard Mass Effect Andromeda was quite bad, so it's like, well, we know BioWare got bought by EA, and we all know what EA does to, I know it's so popular to hate EA, but really, what can you like about EA? Alright, so I have leveled up, so I'm grabbing this hematophagy. I know I'm an uneducated hick. Physical attack damage leached is life, maximum life leeching while you leech. While you're leeching, you also leech more leeching. I mean, it's just a bunch of leechy stuff, so I'm pretty happy about more leechy stuff. And, but yeah, so I really hope GGG, let me go back to my point that I was trying to make here. And like I said, I know this is just my opinion. I'm not saying that, this is the, holy Bible of how things are. All games suck these days. I'm not trying to complain or be ridiculous or anything. I don't know. Something about a lot of these game companies, I feel like they've just kind of lost their heart over the years, and I don't know. I like what GGG is doing in the short amount of time I've been playing Path of Exile, and I just hope they don't lose this, drive to keep making cool things. And, I know not everyone's going to agree with a lot of the changes. A lot of people aren't going to fanboy or fangirl as hard as I am right now, but like, just going through all of this and seeing all the detail, all the work that they put into it, just really gives me a huge amount of appreciation for, I don't know how long they worked on Oriath, like, exactly, but, it feels like they pushed it out pretty darn fast, and I know there's a lot of stuff they had to scrap, and I know there's probably still bugs and problems with it. I'm like 3 weeks late to the party, but I am really, really, really impressed, like, just in Act 5. Like, I'm also easy to impress, though, so. But, yeah, this is great. I'm really enjoying myself here, and I'm enjoying my new build, and don't know how all the... Oh, here's our Justicar here. Interesting looking... Does he have wings on his back? Is he beating his wings? Did he just beat his wings at me? What the hell? That was weird. Alright, Eyes of Zeal. Alright, so this is me plucking the eyes out of his head here. Look, his eyes just rolled... Okay, hold on. His eyes rolled out of his head and landed right here, and each of his eyeballs are like the size of his friggin' hands. This guy had some huge eyes, dude. Huge. Alright, so, eyes blazing with holy flame, the pilgrims saw a great palace descend from the burgeoning sky, its gates barred against the unfaithful. Alright, so hopefully this is the way I need to go. Gosh, even though I'm sitting here... Oh, look, this is like the dining room over here. What is it, the larder or whatever? Or is that the kitchen? I don't know terms for things. Hold on, I want to go look in here. I know I'm so ridiculous, aren't I? How can you eat in here? There's like blood smeared on the floor, like just outside from where the slaves you guys tortured. are, and you're gonna sit here and eat like beef jerky, potatoes, bread, grapes. Like, okay, look how much time they spent on making all these little details, these little bits of food, bread and forks, and like they spend so much time on all the little details in here. Like, I like it. I mean, like I said, it really helps set the mood. You know how I don't know if I want to call it decadent, but you know how decadent the people at the top lived while people in the slave pens, you know, were literally thrown into pits that were covered in blood, right? And you guys saw those arms reaching out. Alright, is this where oh, Oriath Square. Alright, let's check it out. Long load time there. Oy. Alright, oh, here's the waypoint. Alright. Let's go back in. Oh, wow, this is a long reach to the next area, isn't it? Alright, well, let's go back to the Overseer's Tower, turn in our quests, talk to people a little bit, and be done for the day. Alright, let's start with Vilenta and her miasmeter.
I simply can't express how wondrous it is to see you. What? No, not you, Exile. The miasmeter. The hope of humanity lies in this beautiful device and the precious knowledge it shall divulge. Far more useful than an accidental hulk of meat and instinct like yourself. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to discover that your slaying of the beast correlates directly to the strife we must currently suffer.
Wow.
At least you've proved useful enough to return the miasmeter to me. That deserves some small reward, I suppose.
Boy, she acts an awful lot like Piety, doesn't she? Little arrogant biatch. Well, I'll take this, and you can shove your miasmeter up your
Farewell.
dusty old, you know what. Alright, so let me use that and toss another point. I guess I should just go ahead and get all of this. I figure I need all the life leech I need to stay alive. And let's talk to Lani now.
Thank you. By killing Casticus, you've given us a fighting chance. And about his eyes, I'm sorry you had to do that. Yet although Utula's solution might seem brutal, I've seen Karui men blinded with a hot poker, simply for looking a fraction too long at an Oriathan lady. Yes, this is war. And just a little revenge, too.
Nothing wrong with the
Take
little...
something. A token of our thanks.
Nothing wrong with a little revenge. Alright, man, I'm gonna get this Quicksilver flask. Yo, that's exactly what I'm getting. Whoop, there we go, just what I needed. Alright, so now I finally have my, alright, physical attack damage leached as mana. Nice, there we go. That solves my not having enough mana. But there we go, 2 Quicksilvers, so hopefully my, my spin to winning will be a little bit better.
Yes.
Oh, I know she's got... Alright, I know these
Savior.
people have some more to say, but this video is getting kind of long, so I'm going to check out the new area and get the rest of their dialogue next time. So, I'll see you guys next time in the Oriath Square, and I guess head to the Templar Quartz. Thank you guys so much for watching me play Path of Exile, the Fall of Oriath. It's super exciting to finally be in Act 5, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So I'll see you with another video very, very soon. Bye for now!